How old is Mount Shasta in the year 2020? In the year 2021, I'm sitting here with my Google Chromebook on my lap. I just posted this picture of my dog into Pets and Animals with this, hey, here's a conversation topic. Is the Earth 6,000 years age, according with what you just found out by answering that question? In the year 2020, can we trust geologic evidence that the Grand Canyon is old by comparing it with the billions of years old mantle of the crust of this earth that the Grand Canyon of the lips used to touch like this. So, no, the Earth is not 6,000 years of age, according to the pictures of the Grand Canyon. Just look at the Alps. And so, the Grand Canyon being billions of years old, America, let me explain to you how you got this. You couldn't figure out this from the age of Lord Kelvin. Why not? Well, you made it to the moon on a powered kite designed from Kitty Hawk that I have to explain it like this to be honest, America. The first book of Moses was too hard for you. You still have it in print. Okay, so year before the common year of Christ, 4004 BC. Sure, it was in print in 1859. Good job. You made it to the moon on a powered kite. Uh, Julian period 0710. So I have to take you out from every Bible in print after the year 1859, having deduced when did man invent writing? 500 whole years after this. You kept the legend after that. I have not yet gotten to the terminology to determine truly Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, my Indian reservation with Kennewick Man, 9,200-year-old fossil, fell over 140,000-year fossil. I'm still working on cult on internet is not yet able to accept reality that the earth is not 6,000 years of age. How do we help them out? Is Pastor Tim, you needed some help with Kennewick Man, 9,200-year-old fossil. I know you said they made up the age of the Alps, but I'm pretty sure they didn't make up the age of the Grand Canyon for the United States, and I'm pretty sure that the fossils I found when I was 15 will confirm that. And you taking God out of the Bible, saying that Deuteronomy 34:10, the only verse in the Bible God and Moses spoke face to face as friends, didn't mean what it said. Whoa, yeah, we got a cult that thought the same thing too. A flat blimp. Oh no, cult needs some help. Cult needs some help. Guys, your Christian church is so fucked up. You guys need help. Cult. You refuse. You are an obstinate cult of senile dipshits. There's 7.7 billion of you who forgot that you broke the internet in 96. Cult on the internet. Cult on the internet. Get off. Close. Get off internet. Cult. Toppenish Indian Reservation, Kennewick Man, 9,200-year-old fossil. I'll take the Bible out of print for that pastor and you too, because 500,000-year cone of Mount Rainier is, wow, look at what it did to you. Having the Bible that you could have figured out. Yeah, wow, having the Bible, it was medieval too hard for you. You didn't know its composition. You did not know that Jesus wrote Matthew chapter 5, verse 1. He, with his 4 disciples, Matthew chapter 5, verse 1. So in 1859, let's go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 1. Julian period 4004 BC. Yeah, sure, 4004 BC. It's antique. No. This has the Apocrypha first. That's just, yes, it is your fingers that belong out of it. Closing a cult with antique. So I'm 6 million into it. We're closing you. You're done. We're done with your book. This was a Christmas present, though. However, I'm glad I had James Escher. So it began with the Gospel according to St. Matthew, which is a good place to begin to just shred your book at. The beginning of Jesus Christ should begin at best to pray to Maxwell Diocese, little senile grandpa. Mary's, you can't make any sense out of this book if you don't think of it like that. So, Mary's miraculous conception. So it happened exactly as I told you. And so Jesus wrote this down. He learned to write when he was 5. And at his father's feet. And he was an albino. And you couldn't figure it out after that as a legend. And so the generation of you couldn't figure it out after that as a 6,000-year legend with the Julian period not in your Bible. The son of David, I'll take it at that. So it's antique after that. Cult on the internet is your Bible in print. 7.7 billion of you cult on the internet. Turn off. It's take your Bible out of print. It's at antique cult on the internet. That's where you're at. That's where you're at. Cult on the internet. Take your Bible out of print. You're so antique. It's yeah. Okay. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. The earth is not 6,000 years of age. The 6,000-year earth is a 16th century little confusion of you got your Bible in print too long after Lord Kelvin provided you. You could make sense of the Grand Canyon in the 2020 with the age of the Alps being 770 million years, and he thought 20 million. Way to go. So you kept this book in print too long. The Abraham beget Isaac, and then it kind of peeled apart like that, like an onion. It's an antique. So you being an antique cult helping you turn off it, we're taking your book out of print it. So it's all open ended. No, the Bible has just been in print too long. So where it goes, religion. Way to go. Bible's just been in print way too long and you didn't get a word of it. So let's keep going. So God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea in the days of Herod the king, God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. And you followed a Dominical letter B legend. The Bible in print. Behold, there came wise men, but you're a dipshit. 6,000 years. What the fuck? Your Dominical letter B dropped out of your Bible, you dumb, immoral, ignorant, stupid, dumb. There's never going to happen a date. You can't date that. You can't fucking date the earth and be wrong about it your entire cult career. Way to go. Way to go. We're not going. Yeah, we can't. We're going to have to keep this Bible in print to 6,000 forever. No. We're done with this. I distributed this Russian apocryphatic. I'll take out a print with this one also. This is a beautiful. It's just all antique. So after that, you're done. So this Jimmy Swagger guy, hag teacher, did it again. Way to go, 3,500 BC. Stupid now. So you had a theory from 1976. Now, you have to take your Bible out of print to say that didn't happen. And not quite like that. So anytime you have a theory and a closure point, that you posited that these fossils of ship that's older than James Escher breaking the internet in 96 is your density to understand that you could actually think your way around it. However, you had to look through it through the lens of where did it get captured at in time? 1859. So I tracked you down at an antique Merry Christmas. Then in 1946, the use of the broken Dominical letter B, not in the yeah, you call it whatever you want. It's a timestamp in the year 2020. You just don't have a book. So with the broken Dominical letter B in 1946, follow alongs. So cult on the internet that can't accept reality now that the earth has never been 6,000 years of age. See the books of the Old Testament of the biblical and alphabetical systems. So you got your books you were taken out of print because you're probably you weren't ever looking for the single attribute, and we're going out of print attribute. So the list of the illustrations, sure, it has some pages, some pages. Then it contained. I love this antique 1946. This is a plank at 1890. Got you an antique over there. It's finished you off in a Finnish language Bible. I picked up for $326.15 or something. That beautiful antique. Hard to read. Haven't learned Finnish yet. From creation of Jacob's removal to Egypt, so we just have a cult to turn off with antiques. BC. See, in this antique I picked up, and I'm now 6 million years into taking your Bible out of print, so we'll do that. Uh, BC 1992. It was just open ended in 1946. So you left it open and just remained as stupid, more ignorant, and you couldn't notice what year it was because you had your book in print still to the pastors, and you kept the same legend of Jesus. Take him off the press. Take him off the press. Okay, so they weren't ready to do it for you in 1946, but it is 2020, and you're not. You can put on your big boy panties. Adam and Eve driven from Eden in 4004 BC. So look at it like that. In 4004 BC, no, 4000 BC. Sure, close enough right here. We got two to choose from, and so 3500 BC, 500 whole years when the story began. They then carried out literature, and then the world began authored script. And cult on internet now can't accept reality that the Bible is still you didn't get a word of it in the year 2020. Take it out of print. What's that word mean? God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. That's what it meant. And God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. Cult on internet, mentally ill. Okay, so let's see. So with open-ended 1940, 1890 Apocrypha, an apocryphatic cult on the internet of all fucking things in the year 2020 cult mill, an apocryphatic cult mill. There is, let me describe the placation of the religion in the year 2020. You're so amebically blobbed into just stuck a feather on the wall with oil. Blah. It is a what are those little squishy things that stick to the wall? Your eyesight goes up, and then you go like that, and you're bald, seeing all stupids with that book still, and looking at the 500,000 year cone of Mount Rainier snow capped, and it's speaking to you, Pastor Tim, who refuses to accept reality at Kennebec Man, 9,200-year-old fossil, and who also said they made up the age of the Grand Canyon. No. Cult on internet, turn off it. You are an American cult. Get off internet. American churches collapse. Okay, we're done. So for having your Bible imprinted, get off internet. I like that, Pastor Tim. 9,200-year-old fossil on your reservation here, right there. You have a 1859 theory to explain to your doctors why your children bleed now, and so and how you don't have a word in the Bible correct is what you have with an antique deductive from that era, from 1611, which told on itself when it gave the 6 Baron matriarch relatables into the what actually. So let me explain the Abrahamic covenant of the New Testament. You were trying to plink out the Davidic covenant, Christian relatables to Jesus? No, 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 no. Number one, God himself in albino composed Psalm 1 verse 1 and all of Psalm 119 with King David as they sat there side by side, and he watched the ink dry and they marveled at Torah, is what God was doing beside King David. Pastor Tim, Kennewick Man, 9,200-year-old fossil. They made up the age of the earth from they made up the 500,000-year cone of Mount Rainier and the 12 million year base. They made it up. No one's ever seen God, Pastor. No. You made up your story. Gold. 7.7 billion of you with the book still in print, and story made up after that. Yeah, but too medieval hard for you. You still have it. You're all in hell. No. I give you that little A mark for 6,000 year legend. Kept perfect. Can't turn our churches off with the legitimization of the Bible by, hey, the NASA growth. Can't. Look at the state of the reality, a cult that can't accept reality. There's 7.7 billion of you. And my final posit was take the Bible out of print because NASA grew up and figured it out. Wow. So from that, lowest the sorry about that, guys. No, cult newspaper article. Holy my fucking god! They know Jesus was made up, and yeah, it took me from 2006 to recognize that full 1611 explanation from Genesis 1:9 did describe Pangea. Got questions.org, cult on the internet. Jesus is made up. So from sitting there from I knew in 86 is Genesis 1:9 met Pangea, and met Pangea was old. The cult on the internet, you could accept reality for the 500,000 year cult of Mount Rainier. You're a moron now, get off. And the 12 million year base, you're stupid. Now we have to take your Bible and out of print to say we're sorry you even published it. And kind of like that. Cult on the internet. Sorry, NASA, who came back with billions of year-old moon rocks. Never thought that would happen, huh? Do it like that. Yeah, way to go. Science. You learned what? Yeah, so now Life Science thought they fucked up the fossil records with the internet broken since '96 with now it's super dumb. Also, 6,000 year Earth legend keeping cult website 2020 internet. No one in the world knows the legitimate age of the Earth. Wow, he's got James Usher on his cult. Fossil broken record kept. Also, at some point still not pinpointed. Before he learned of the James Usher chronology, Flea evolved amazingly strong hind legs. Now there's 7.7 billion of you that didn't know how to read Life Science, but now you do. That's the attribute of having your Bible in print a little bit too long. Okay, as I giggle along, okay, we have to take this thing out of print. I love you, James Usher. Thanks. So to track along at each verse like that, um, because when I was done hanging the individual verses of the King James version of this Bible to the ceiling and going, what does this verse mean? How do I compare this with NASA data? And finding that the only verse in the Bible that made it work is Deuteronomy 34:10, the one that says isn't there. And something else, I think they don't understand that because of that one, you are anthropologically formed from the dirt of this ground, and now you'd have no brain cells. Humans. Some of you were made from the 136 million year white cliffs of Dover. Others you weren't. There are areas and instances where you have been there for 600,000 years, and closer to the Cambrian explosion, we have record of for there's something. Whoa, okay, right there. Yeah, it looked like some human settlement, but you struggled to figure out that was a real era, and it was actually a lot hotter rather than primordial ooze. The earth swelled out to become what it is today from a 1 hour day into the 24-hour day. The 20 million years Lord Kelvin to explain the age of the Grand Canyon as billions of years didn't work either. So 6,000 year Earth not working at all, but explaining to you that you got a call we can't turn off. The call we can't turn off is GodQuestions.org. Now we have to take your Bible out of print, say you're sorry, NASA, for having it in print, and that's what you do with the cult. It's just wrong at 7.7 billion of you. Yeah, we're taking over. It's the end of the, and we're gonna sing along. So I went up on the top of the mountain. I went down the other side of the mountain. I learned how to read the Bible. It was fun. God and Moses spoke face to face all along. It was kind of weird, it was tribbles. We had tribbles in Star Trek also. God and Moses speaking face to face. Tribbles showed up. So it happened after following the hallucinative of keeping your Bible in print at that. You'll never figure out how to turn it off. After God made you from the 136 million year white cliffs of Dover, these humans are never going to figure out how to turn this thing off. The manifestation of New they're going to forget about that one. If you must know the true ending of the Bible, when you fuck around with the Greek too much. So we have a lot of cults to close now. They pretty much everywhere with the Bible. It's kind of medieval bad to have it. Kind of no. You still have it and you don't know it. It's spooky, irregular. You have no bowels because of it. Having the 1611 and the Mormons have it, and they can't figure it out that God is in it, and they're following a false prophet, but God's not in it because they don't know how to read it with gold. It says God's not in their book, and they say breaking the internet since '96, and so we have this. I can't do anything but explain it like that because God's not in the cult's brains either. Pretty much, get off the internet. That you're a medieval, no God, no brain cell either. Is a medieval artifact of you missed the whole cool era. Got a cult to turn off. Sorry about that. And you had your Bible in print a little too long and you didn't keep track of it that well. There you go. Yeah, that's what I've been working on the last couple of days. The cult on the internet just can't observe the time facets of change that we can grow up and get off the internet. But no, they want to keep being stupid, bleeding, no brain cells. Help got questions.org. Turn off and take Bible out of print, and we'll do that. And we'll do that and say, we're sorry, you're a cult. And like your hot air whoopee cushion. Yay, polka. Sort of some pasta. Cult on the internet, dumb. Bible and print left in hell.